What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and look, I see a lot of people dancing around this topic, so I'm here just to call it how it is. It is a wrap. It is a wrap for Jonathan Majors. If you thought that Jonathan Majors was going to make it out the other end of this controversy unscathed, if you thought that Jonathan Majors was going to make it out the other end of this controversy still employed, then you were sadly mistaken. I could tell from day one that the cancel campaign was already starting. They were not going to let this go. Now, as most of you all know, a couple of weeks ago, accusations came out about Jonathan Majors. That, long story short, he was putting his hands on one of his female friends or girlfriends or whatever she is to him. Now, shortly after these reports came out, Jonathan Majors started losing roles, losing television commercial spots with the Army, all types of stuff like that. But then Jonathan Majors' lawyer came out and said, we got video evidence to show that he is innocent. And we got a written statement from the accuser saying that he is innocent. Now, personally, I did not report on those updates. Why, you ask? Because they said they have this video evidence. I have not seen the video evidence. They say they have this statement. I have not seen this statement. So Jonathan Majors' lawyer came out and he was talking really good. But he wasn't providing any proof. Now, as someone who has sat back and watched my fair share of people be canceled, I can tell you right now, never, ever, ever listen to your lawyers or your PR team when they tell you to wait to respond to these controversies. We live in 2023. It is not innocent until proven guilty. It is guilty until proven innocent in the eyes of social media. And social media honestly has the last say-so when it comes to your job, at least if you're working in the entertainment field. So sitting back, we're going to wait 2 or 3 months to show evidence that he's not guilty. By then, the damage is done. Jonathan Majors has already lost roles. He's been dropped off of commercials. He's been kicked out of freaking award shows, you name it. The dominoes are falling over and his career and his life is falling apart, but yet they claim they have video evidence to prove otherwise, yet they haven't showed it yet. They're going to wait for court. But I can tell you right now, when it comes to cancel culture, court is the least of your worries. The court of public opinion matters so much more than the court of law when it comes to stuff like this. Now, I am not rooting for the cancellation of Jonathan Majors. I'm not here telling you that Jonathan Majors is guilty. I'm here telling you what's going to happen to Jonathan Majors. And that is, it's a wrap for Jonathan Majors. His PR team, the same exact people who are supposed to defend him and are supposed to handle these type of situations, they dumped him. His management has dumped him. Various film projects, they're all dumping him. As we sit here and wait for this evidence that he's not guilty. Now, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I would think that some of these companies probably know a little bit more than us. After all, they're I don't want to say in bed with Jonathan Majors, but they got contracts and stuff written up with Jonathan Majors. They got millions upon millions of dollars riding on this dude. So I would assume that they know more about this story than we do. And it looks to me Like either everyone's just simply, oh, you got involved with this, regardless if you're innocent or not, we're going to drop you. Or maybe they know more about this story than we do. And maybe that's why they are all deciding to drop him now. You see, his management and his PR team did not drop him right away. It seemed like they waited a couple of weeks. And now I wonder, what do they know? What do they know? I think they know more than we do. Now, as this little cancel culture campaign started gaining traction, I noticed that people were popping up online with all types of accusations about Jonathan Majors, about him being a bad person, about him being rude to them one time in college, about him treating women this way or that way. And you know, it's hard to tell who's telling the truth in situations like that, because that's how cancel culture goes. People one day will be congratulating you, cheering you on, and then some random rumor comes out about you, and then those same people will turn around and act like they had problems with you all along, creating problematic stories about you, and this, that, and the third. So I don't want to hop on any of these bandwagons. But at the same time, I don't really care anymore when Hollywood people get canceled, because they created cancel culture. They promoted cancel culture. And now it's turning on them, and it is eating them alive. Jonathan Majors is just the latest victim. Regardless if he's guilty or not, he is being canceled. That's what we're watching. But right before I sat down to make this video, to give you my thoughts about these various little updates, a new article dropped. And it appears that things are getting even worse for Jonathan Majors, as more alleged victims are now cooperating with the DA's office. So more women are coming forward with stories about Jonathan Majors. And maybe, just maybe, this is why we are seeing everyone be so reactionary around him. People are dropping this dude like a hot potato. I think it's only a matter of time before he is dropped by Marvel, Disney, and the MCU. Which is weird, because if you groom kids and do weird things with kids, that is fine. And we know that because they have a literal predator in the new Marvels movie. But of course, Jonathan Majors, we're going to get rid of you because supposedly you may have slapped somebody. Well, let's go ahead and see what this article says. As Jonathan Majors prepares for a May 8th court appearance on DV charges, his PR problems are about to get bigger. Sources familiar with the matter say that multiple alleged victims of Majors have come forward following his March arrest and are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. The prospect of more women waiting in the wings would mark a dramatic turn in the case, and comes on the heels of Majors' publicist and management firm cutting ties with the embattled actor earlier this week. The DA declined to comment. A representative for Majors didn't comment on the record either. So they refused to comment back to these latest accusations. I want you to keep in mind, I don't know what these accusations are. All I can report to you right now, for a 100% fact, is that multiple people, multiple women, have come forward with basically DV allegations. Maybe other types of allegations as well. I haven't heard what everything is, but it's not looking good. Now, do I believe these people? Do I believe these people who sat back and never said anything about Jonathan Majors, who now want to hop on the dog pile? I know we're supposed to believe all victims, but you know, I don't necessarily believe these people. But then again, I haven't heard their stories. But it's something that we always see. When one person comes forward, 100 people come forward. And it looks like right now, Jonathan Majors is the latest target. And moving forward, we're going to start seeing a lot of stuff come out about this dude. True or not true. That will be determined hopefully in the future. But for now, I can confidently say with everything I know, and listen, there are things that I've heard that I'm not necessarily comfortable sharing yet because I don't know if it's official or not. But we'll dive into this stuff in the future. But for now, take my word for it if you want. It's a wrap for Jonathan Majors. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.